Good morning, we are at the Odom property. We're going to be completing a repairability test. We'll be on the back slope, which is south. We'll do the repairability test on this damaged shingle and we'll see how it affects all of those surrounding shingles. I'll give you an overview of all of those before we get started. Showing you the current condition. All of these shingles could potentially be damaged during the repairability test, so we'll take another look once we are finished and see those results. For my tools, I'll be using a flat bar, hammer, putty knife, and roof snake. Then we have this 45-degree tool we'll use to give us a visual for what 45 degrees looks like. Slide it underneath that damaged shingle so we can have a reference point, and then any of those shingles that we have to lift during the repairability test, we will try to keep it at 45 degrees or below. Alright, we'll get started. Start by unsealing all of those surrounding shingles. Use the putty knife to unseal the top shingle. And we'll use the flat bar to unseal the rest of those. Now we'll start removing those nails. What's that? Oh, no, you're fine. There we got all those nails. So we'll go ahead and simulate repair. We'll just slide that damaged shingle out, and then we'll slide it back in, doing everything you would for an actual repair. So that should give us the most accurate results in determining whether or not this roof is repairable. Start getting some nails back in there. We'll be driving those in with the roof snake. right, we're all complete with that repairability test. Clear off some of this debris so we can see the damages better. All right, I'll give you another overview of all of those surrounding shingles. And we'll take a closer look at these shingles up here that we had to unseal and manipulate in order to complete that repairability test. These tabs, we can see stress fractures along these where the matting on the shingle broke. Those stress fractures will be damaging the integrity of those shingles. We can feel where they were much weaker in that area with the stress fracture. It's going to not allow those shingles to do what they're designed to do. Shingles are designed to shed water, and with the matting being the main component for that, those capabilities are going to be compromised. With the matting being stress fractured. Take a look underneath, see if we're seeing any mat transfer. We do have significant mat transfer, we can see right there. That's going to be damaging shingle 3. You can see that all of that matting that was torn off the top of the shingle stuck to the bottom of that tab there. And then we also have some mat transfer right there. We can see where that came from the bottom of that tab. All of that mat transfer we can see is leaving all of that exposed fiberglass. That'll also be damaging the integrity of those shingles as it's tearing large chunks of matting off one of the shingles. Some more mat transfer there. See where that left all of that exposed fiberglass on the bottom of that tab, along with damaging the integrity of those shingles with the mat transfer. That's also going to make it more difficult for those shingles to reseal properly once repairs have been made. See all of that mat transfer there. And so we do have mat transfer along both of these rows, and when that mat transfer occurs is when we're unsealing those shingles, and we use the putty knife to unseal the top one, flat bar to unseal this one. So either tool that's going to be used, it's going to be impossible to get around that mat transfer. See that all along there. That's real bad. So very significant mat transfer, damaging those shingles as well. So with all of those damages that occurred during the repairability test, stress fractures, mat transfer, I do not believe this roof is repairable. I don't believe repairs are feasible, as we can see repairing those wind damage shingles are going to be causing more damage. We have 4 additionally damaged shingles. We got shingle 3, some mat transfer, and then the one tab on shingle 5, shingle 6, and shingle 8. All of those have stress fractures and mat transfer along those. So I do not believe repairs are feasible to this roof, as any repairs that are going to be completed are going to be left in a condition like this with those damages, that's going to be cause for potential water intrusion. And so this insured will have potential leak hazards all over their roof, anywhere there needing to be those repairs completed. And I do not believe that would be indemnification, leaving the insured with more damaged shingles than they previously had and all of those potential leak hazards. So I do not believe this roof is repairable. I'll go ahead and chalk up all of those damages and get some better pictures of those. Thank you for your time.